What's up guys, today I'm going to show you the work that I've been doing on the 67 Mustang. I've done quite a bit of stuff since the last video that I uploaded. I'll put a link to it in the corner of the screen. You can check it out and see just how rough this Mustang was. All right, so like every other classic car that has seen time in the road, especially in this area, located in Indiana, you know, we have a bunch of snowy time, salt on the road, all that stuff. So everything naturally gets rusted out in the back of these vehicles. So really everything like from the quarter panel back was all shot. So the floor pan, of course, I had to do some repairs there. That's in the last video. And then now I've been working on the driver's side quarter. I did the passenger side quarter, all the panels in the trunk, and then a tail panel, which I'm going to go over a lot of those things in this video. But this car came with more surprises than that because it wasn't just everything in the back that I'm used to. Like this whole apron on the front had to be completely cut out and welded back on. And then obviously, as you see right up here, we're going to do just repairs to what's left of that one because there is like a usable part over there. Over here on the passenger side was a completely different story. So again, I believe I went over that in my last video, so you can go check that out. All right guys, we got the quarter panel fitted pretty good and I got it welded in here. I knew I was gonna have to section off a little bit down there. I'll show you what I'm gonna do, but I've got a good gap there so that everything looks good all the way down to the bottom. And then as you come through here, all this was rotted out, so I patched in behind it. And then I'm gonna go right over top and then just kind of, I still have to weld this against the body there, but we're gonna cut all this stuff out, make another piece that goes in there. And then I'm gonna have to come in afterwards. I've pretty much just like left this here for reference. So none of this is welded in, it's just kind of like sitting in place. But that gets me, you know, kind of in the ballpark of where the last quarter panel sat. So I've got it just sitting right over top of here. And then I'll cut everything out of the back. I'll put this new tail panel back in here whenever it should get here any day. So whenever that comes in, I'll be putting in this back piece. So as you go up into here, none of this stuff is welded in yet. So it's kind of setting in place. Once I get this tail panel done, I'll put the gas tank back in here, cut these supports out, make sure all the mounting holes line up for the tank. And then I'll go ahead and weld everything in place. So, and also bring this tub in that way. So that closes that gap up. So everything is just kind of like, I've got this tub here welded in. This stuff's just kind of like loosely sitting so that I have some adjustment. So whenever I cut these supports out and I have the tank sitting in there, then I'll be able to tell where this needs to actually sit. So I can cram this bottom piece in, but honestly, it just feels like this stamp, like top to bottom, is just a little too long. So, and I'm talking like a 1/16 off. If I shove that in there, it makes this body line come up just a hair, and then it kind of bulges the quarter panel out through here. I sprayed all this stuff down and I looked down the side of it to just see, you know, what it would look like if there was clear coat on it. I'm happy with the way that all this stuff looks. So I know that if I go and I shove this up in there, it's just going to buckle this out a little bit. So I'm just gonna remove like literally a cut off wheel size strip. I'm just gonna cut that off, weld everything in place, and then put this piece back in. that panel came in and it was surprisingly not mangled in shipping, because I feel like everything just gets destroyed in shipping nowadays. So the panel looks pretty good. You'll see that I use this support to weld to the latch assembly here. So like this is all held in. There's a little bit of movement to it, but it's very subtle. So I was able to, take this whole back piece out, and then I've got it just kind of fitting it and making sure that my gaps all the way around there are going to look good. I've got it kind of held together with a few Clecos, and if you guys don't know what these are, you guys got to use them. If you're doing any kind of panel work like this, it's really a game changer, because most of the panels don't come perfect. There's, some shaping that has to be done and everything, but this really helps with panel fitment. So, you can hold this top piece, and then as I come over here and squeeze the side of it, which I don't know that I'm going to be able to adjust this. It's a pretty tight fit already, but if I was, wanting to make sure that this doesn't move, I can drill an 1/8 inch hole through there, and then you just insert that. It holds the two panels together, kind of like a spot weld would. And obviously I've got the same thing down on this side. So at this point, this is just the fitment, and I've got a couple holes marked. I'm going to go ahead and just the traditional way, drill some holes and then weld those spots up. So I'll do just normal plug welds on this, and then for all the other stuff, I'm actually going to use a spot welder all the way around this whole flange here on both sides, all the way along the bottom. And then it just makes easy work instead of having to drill holes and then weld and then grind and then drill hole, weld, and then grind. All right, guys, we've got everything welded in here. Door gap's looking pretty good. I actually had to take just a little bit off, kind of where it comes down to this point here. Took just a section off, and as you can see, got a nice door gap right there. So I've got it taped shut, but as you can see, without any interference whatsoever, the door just shuts. You get a nice gap. And then I got the bottom down there figured out now. There's still a little bit, on camera it looks weird because there's still a little bit of paint at the bottom of the door, or the primer that they ship it in, but I've got this whole tail panel replaced back here. Everything's looking good. It's tied into the drip rail up here. And then I've got to just get this little piece where it kind of joins both sections together. I've got to finish doing this, get that little corner up there. Same thing on the other side. Both of these quarter panels were like that, where it needs to be finished out. And then on the other side, this quarter panel, you can actually feel on the edge of this, it's rolled. And as you go back here, there's a giant roll to it. So you would think that this is not lined up. However, it is. It's completely lined up. It's something with the stamping on this quarter panel. So I've had the lid on back here, and all the gaps look fine. So I think that this was just a very bad stamping for this quarter panel. I'm gonna go ahead and get this door taken off, get it on a work stand, make that repair down there, and show you guys. Obviously there's more work to be done. You know, like this seam here, you can obviously probably see a low spot right here, and that has to be filled in and worked out. And this thing will go to epoxy primer, then I'll do the body work on top of it, especially with how much rust and corrosion. And this is gonna be a pretty regularly driven vehicle. So something that's gonna be exposed to the elements, I like to do epoxy primer first, and then do all of my body work on top of that. It really just depends on customer's preference, what they say that they're gonna do, what kind of material I'm working with, and the condition of the car whenever it was here. So obviously, you know, whatever's visible here, I'm taking care of. And then obviously, you know, I'm taking parts off, getting the metal repaired underneath it. So you get as much as you can, but there's always going to be some kind of rust or corrosion trapped between some panels. You just have to do your best with the products that they have available today, like epoxy primers, cavity waxes, that kind of stuff, to go in and make sure that you're protecting it from getting any kind of corrosion. So as I mentioned, this quarter panel arrived with a dent in it, and I don't know if it's going to be visible on camera or not. If it is, I'll point to it. Issues with shipping have been crazy common lately. It seems like your package gets thrown around, they throw it in the dryer, you know, put it on a tumble cycle, like, and then they ship the panel to you like that. Definitely not the company that shipped it, but whoever's hands it was touching on the way here. So I actually had a fender that was supposed to be for this car on the passenger side that looked like, by the time it got here, that it had, you know, gone up to the zoo and the gorillas were playing with it. It was that messed up. So normally back here, somewhere where you have access, you know, you can get in there and hammer and dolly that and smooth it out to perfection usually. So some of these spots up here, the way these inner wheel tubs come up, there's very limited access. So right here was a perfect spot where you can kind of hammer and dolly it a little bit on the backside. So the best thing for that one was to actually use a dent puller. Basically, it's a slide hammer that has an attachment on the end of it that comes to a point and it welds itself to the car. And so instead of, like, you know, welding a spot welder on there or a stud welder and having to, you know, use a slide hammer, and then you're always getting a high spot, or if the metal is damaged, which obviously this is a new quarter, so you wouldn't have that issue necessarily, but if you're working on some older metal, it's super common that you weld a stud on there, you do a couple hits with it, and then you'll pull the whole stud out and there's a hole in the panel. So this does not do that. So as you can see, it's just a little itty bitty kind of wave in the panel right there. So if you guys want to follow and see the progress of this thing, go make sure that you check out the playlist. That way you can look at every video that's going to be done on this. Because eventually it's going to be a pretty sweet car. Also, you may have noticed in my videos, I always refer to everything as we, but the truth is I'm out here working alone. So I needed some help, and I finally have help out here. So I guess I've always just looked at we as like me talking to the camera, and I don't know, I say we. Anyways, I'm going to show you what he's been working on. 1970 C20. I can't remember what I had said on this thing whenever I mentioned it in my last video, but I can't remember what state it was in the video. There was pretty much nothing left. It was just a cab whenever it was dropped off, and we had to cut everything out. So I did the floors. The floor was pretty shot. It had a bunch of, you know, repair panels and stuff in it. I think I had a YouTube short on that, because I do some shorts, so if you want to check it out, I will try to link to that in this video too. Pretty much looking at everything new: cab corners, the floor, the doors, the fenders, the hood, the bed, everything. Like the only thing original I think is going to be the cab minus the bed down there, and obviously the cab corners. New rockers already on there. We had to repair this hinge pillar down here, this pillar down here, and well, I say he's actually been knocking it out over here. So he's already over here on this other side, and as you can see, this is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. All right guys, thanks for watching this video. If you're not already, make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you already are, I appreciate you guys for following along, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.